What's something cool now that used to be considered uncool? Using bow straps when wearing a backpack. What are you doing? Are you two strapping? My backpack? Yeah. You gotta one strap it. Seriously, I would no strap it if that would even be possible. My left shoulder is still paying the price for my coolness. My right one. With our combined forces, we can form one fully functioning torso. I can remember being 14 in 2005, my first year of high school, and begging my mom for one of those hip new shoulder bags I saw all the cool kids wearing. I was devastated when she explained that she had just bought me a new backpack for the school year that September, and she would not be buying me a second one. Parents don't understand the delicate social hierarchy teenagers deal with. I can remember being so frustrated and dejected over that. Not exactly something major, but having freckles. I remember getting teased about them when I was younger, and now people give themselves fake freckles. It's interesting how society changes, I guess. Yeah, what's up with that? I stumbled upon a YouTube makeup tutorial the other day that showed how to apply toner to mimic natural freckles. When did that become a desirable aesthetic? Am I just getting old? Oh god, yep. My red hair and freckles were the bane of my existence as a child. Kids made fun of me all the time. Like, what the fuck, it's just my skin. As I got older, people love both and tell me all the time. Took me a long time to believe them. Now I love them too. Not smoking. I agree with this one. I vape, however, but I wish to quit so badly. Honestly, after swapping to vaping, I stopped coughing in the morning, stopped having a heavy feeling in my chest, and could taste things again. I get it is still not great for me, but it's definitely the better of two evils, I feel. So true. I watched a documentary about vaping, and it was crazy how many kids said smoking was disgusting but vaped the equivalent nicotine of a pack of cigarettes a day. I think vaping is a good alternative, but the difference in opinion between smoking and vaping shocked me. High-waist jeans, girls. When I was in school, you had to wear those that barely covered up to your hip bone, otherwise you were a nerd and weird. Extra points if paired with a G-string for a whale tail. I like to bring this one up anytime people my age, 36, are complaining about how revealing today's fashion is. I actually think it's a little more conservative, on the average teenager. We literally walked around with our G-strings hanging out. Yeah, my teenager likes jeans that come up just under her belly button, then pairs them with crop tops. Girl is always on the hunt for mom jeans, and it blows me away. A few years ago, I had a 30-ish coworker tell me he was a total nerd for liking Marvel superheroes. I'm sure that was dorky when he was growing up, but it's pretty mainstream now. It seems like the meaning of nerd has shifted a bit from uncool to just really into something. Like, this guy might not have been meaning, people think I'm uncool for liking Marvel. He might have been meaning, I really like Marvel superheroes and I've dedicated a lot of time and energy to them. Liking comic books, apparently. Back in the 40s, we thought comic books were only for the illiterate. In the 90s, my mom thought that comics were garbage, but they really helped me learn to read really early, and she had to begrudgingly buy them for me sometimes. She is still baffled at how helpful those Tom and Jerry comics were to me. Same with cartoons. She thought that Western cartoons were too violent and dumb, until I started to pick up English words and phrases and showed her that education can be fun. Liking things that were considered nerdy in the 90s, especially games and anime. Especially Dungeons and Dragons. 90s and early 2000s, you liked playing D&D, you were a loser. Dungeons and Dragons was basic social death. Nowadays, everyone and their mother play. There are major live streaming events of random games with famous people. You can find dice sets in Walmart. Hell, the motherfuckers who laughed at and bullied you in school for playing now have groups of their own. 36, and I still cannot wrap my head round this subconsciously. I, by instinct, will be quite apprehensive to reveal my hobbies to random people due to the stigma associated with it, but only 10-15 years ago. Don't get me wrong, I'll talk about tabletop gaming openly, but there's that little seed of doubt at the back of your head as you think you're going to be ridiculed for talking about it. I don't know if this was true everywhere, but in my school, liking anime was the worst fucking thing. You were a loser. Now it's such a vibe and considered nostalgic. Glasses. Yes. People who wear fake glasses irk me. I went through the trauma of being called four eyes in school. Glasses were so uncool. I have earned the right to look cool in glasses now. If you aren't visually impaired, you can't jump on this bandwagon. To know about that, I have computer glasses, blue light filter only, no vision correction, and I often wear them to interviews and such because I've been told I look less menacing. I think it's a legit purpose. As someone with not perfect eyesight but basically feel that glasses, compared with contacts or laser surgery, is the solution I am happiest with, this development is something that I very much appreciate. I've noticed the natural eyebrows are in style. That's new, and I'm glad girls stopped drawing on the permanently shocked look. Those pencil brows were so damn weird. I was just working with a girl who had a normal, cute face when I first started. Over time her lips expanded, her eyebrows disappeared and were replaced with makeup, and her hair was mostly removed and replaced with extensions. She went from a nice-looking girl to a freak show in about 3 months. One of my cousins is a naturally stunning woman, yet I've noticed that she's gotten collagen injections in her lips and possibly in her cheeks. Now she looks like any one of those fake-looking Instagram influencers or like a blonde Kardashian. Belly pockets. Back then only tourists would wear them, but now here in Germany every teenager owns them from brands like Gucci. I still think they are uncool. In the US we call them fanny packs, and yes, they are ugly. In Britain we call them bum bags. Which is silly because the fanny is at the front and the bum at the back. Who wears a bum bag on the back, I asked you? Coding. That's just because of people's ignorance though. Coders are given magical powers in movies and TV shows. And although they do have magical powers, their magical powers normally work over the course of hours, days, or years, not minutes or seconds. Former coder here. Computers to the vast majority of people are just magic. There are no rules, no rhyme or reason, just a magic black box that shows you email and Facebook. If it breaks, it's far beyond your power to fix it, so you better call that one relative who helped you set up your email once, and clearly is one of these wizards who can fix it. When people intentionally live a minimalist lifestyle. A lot of 80s jumpers that never sold at the time, coming out of storage. I've seen some dreadful ones in Urban Outfitters that I'm convinced have been in deep storage since 1989. I've noticed all of the trendy baristas wearing these and some Doc Martens. Makes me kind of miss the hipsters. At least they had fun mustaches. I spend too much time in coffee shops, clearly. All the Champion clothes too. Like, my dad used to wear that when doing yard work cause it was cheap clothes. Now it's designer. The dinner leftovers I put in the fridge. Breakfast pizza. Braces. They were so not cool. Braces were only for losers and ugliest. I remember being bullied in school because of braces, and I was afraid it would happen again with my son. But he's happy, he's considered super cool. Second-hand clothing. Stripping all the thrift stores of any wearable durable clothing and leaving none for the people that actually cannot afford to purchase brand new clothes. The worst are the ones that jack the price up and resell them, exactly like those sneaker scalpers. I used to work in a charity shop, and I learned that the reason we never had any cool stuff to sell is that before it reaches the shops, companies and wealthy people buy it up in bulk at a huge discount. Not only is there less for people who actually need cheap clothing, but there's less money for the charity too. Really pissed me off. Crocs seem to be cool now. I liked how convenient they were. Just slip them on and you're ready to go. I didn't like how they didn't absorb sweat at all. It pooled at the bottom of my Crocs and stank. Had to regularly wash them. Yes, but washing them was as easy as wearing them in the shower and turning them upside down for 5 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't wear them in the shower. I wouldn't do that at all. I love Teva sandals, or what I like to call Jesus shoes. I stole my mum's years ago to take traveling and everyone laughed at me, but now they sell them on Urban Outfitters, so I think they are suddenly cool. I'm not sure if anyone else will agree, but as a kid, I used to be relentlessly bullied for my curly hair. As an adult, I've been told by countless people that it's gorgeous. If you have straight hair, it sucks because curly hair is better. If you have curly hair, it sucks because straight hair is better. I learned a valuable lesson in high school. My brother shares a name with a weird cartoon character from the 90s. In school, People made fun of him relentlessly because of it. I caught myself thinking if only my parents had given him a normal name, people wouldn't be making fun of him. Then this other kid came from another school with the same name, and literally no one made fun of him for it. It had nothing to do with the name. My brother did not do well in the school's social environment. The other kid did great. That's all there was to it. Childhood trauma. It's not cool at all. But for some reason a lot of people in my school wanted to make it a contest of who had the worst life, family, or childhood. Like it gave them cred or something. Trauma shouldn't be measured with completion because that undermines those who have experienced different forms of trauma that aren't socially seen as bad as others. And that person may have been reaching out for support, and now was made to feel that their experience does not matter because it wasn't as bad as the person's experience they were talking to. Maybe it's a sign I'm old, but online dating was considered for the outcast losers. But nowadays people are open and unashamed about having a dating profile. What's something cool now that used to be considered uncool? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.